And that means it's time. Hello, Daybreakers, explorers, and echoes from the past. Welcome back to Chained Echoes. A little early again, but at least it's the right day this time. I'm joined by okay, well, light was on. It was so dark.
So big light.
Yeah. Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Turn that off then. Okay,
Oh, it's better for like the eyes.
Yeah, as always, I'm joined by my girlfriend Hannah, who was. Okay.
I would say because it's better for the eyes when they look on the screen. So have soft background light, soft on the eyes.
Yes, I understood that. Yeah, I'm joined by my girlfriend Hannah, who will be guiding me through the game as always. So let's that's her hand there. Let's get into it.
Are you sure?
Okay, so, we're here.
Should have a red chest there, right?
Red chest?
Yeah. Head north from the red chest when you come to a broken bridge. You can hop east of here, from island to island. To reach 2 Purple Pickaxe and 2 Plum May.
Let's go then.
Do we need the big light?
Okay, put it off then.
I just like sensitive in my eyes.
Okay, it's okay. Let's do a little sucker punch, or like not sucker punch. What's it called? Fake out. That's it. Steel weakness light, so let's go with that one. Maximum mighty critical break! Take this! Fire Blossom! Whoa, that did a lot of damage. I could do this. Bye. And they're done. I got Rainbow. Nice.
Nice pun.
Good name.
The red chest was paired with a dead end, so so head back to the bridge from earlier and cross it to the east. From here go north along the shores of the park's ponds and streams. You find a spot where you can hop into the water, near an ember crystal.
As I'll get this. Okay.
Wait northeast of the entry point, and you find a rubble you can bash.
Do you see the bubbles? I think we can take a dive there. Cool.
Yeah, bash the... northeast.
Ah, there. Boom. Ooh, mushrooms. And 7,777 arc. Nice. Lucky sevens.
Yeah. On the west side of the pond, you see a red chest. That you opened earlier. Ah, okay. Up on the shore. Near it, in the water, is a bubbling spot. Ah, there. Generally be shunted a short distance northwest. Wait west to find a shoreline where you can exit the water. West of here the path splits in multiple directions. Start by heading southwest and find a spot where you can hop back into the water. Head west past the broken bridge from earlier and south. Go far enough and you find a small isolated bit of land with a red chest.
Found it. Rubber duck. Ooh, what's that do? Ooh, immune against all ailments. Wow, it's like this game's version of the ribbon. Nice.
I guess that goes on Amelia.
Yeah, guess so. Pacifist charm is also good for her, though. Yeah. Maybe I'll give it to Victor. There. Okay.
It may seem saber our ducks protect the bear small stays them. It's maybe the sex necessary for your party members. Put it on one of your healers so they can't be incapacitated yet.
So I did.
Wait back north. In the northeast you find a rubble that's hiding a chest.
Find 3 hidden caves. The odd mixer! Get a reward board chain of over 80.
We'll see how big the line you have now.
Yeah. Got some Grimoire shards. I can get some new skills. I got some pretty cool passive skills for Amalia.
Nice.
Let's see, Crest block, 10% chance for Crest to block an attack for Amalia, and Best Friend. When Amalia defends, Crest attacks, dealing 1 times damage. Rate that too. Okay, and in the cave, gravestones, and 20,000 arc, sheesh, I'm rich.
It says here you're rich. Head back outside and continue north through the water to eventually find more bubbles.
Yep.
They will send you northeast an exit point from the water. On this island you find an emerald crystal and a chest.
I have no idea. Okay. Call nature. Then I'm gonna make her a real monk. Wonder if it works if... Hey, I got an elixir.
Hey. Head back to the freeway intersection north of the broken bridge.
Okay, I'm there.
Good. North of the broken bridge, go north. And go north. You run into a squad of 5, yeah, those.
Whoa. Ready, go! Oh, that's yay. Hehe, 2 counters. Nice. And bye bye.
Yeah, you continue north and learn something.
Oh, it was a graveyard. Oh, okay. I'm supposed to talk to someone?
No, just going on.
There's a dead end here.
Oh, I guess you do.
Yeah, I'll talk to this person. Phew. And another grave finished. They should stop with the donations. It's a mess. What? People are not aware that the ether donations they are doing at the academy are not quite so harmless. Every 100th person dies. But well, for money, people become deaf and blind. Oh damn. So they were like killing themselves?
Maybe you can go in there.
No, there's no arrow.
Ah, yeah, true. So it says continue north. To the northeast of the pig ears.
Ah. Deviant! You really dare to oppose us, humans? I think their knees are shaking now that we are approaching. Fools! You do not know reason! Haven't you realized it yet? Remember, what is the goal of the church? Ever since Marcus took control, they have been trying to free the Harbinger. They wish to summon death upon Eldria, and yet at the same time they provide prosperity to the whole world. We, on the other hand, have imprisoned the Harbinger and do not want him to return. Yet we destroy the human race again and again. How can you make sense of all this? I don't understand what you are getting at. Of course not, because everyone is fooling you, child. Have you never wondered where the Harbinger is sealed, what his prison is? With our magic eons ago, we did not lock him in a physical prison. The prison where the Harbinger has been waiting for his return is the Maelstrom. The ether of the dead are the bars of his cage. What does that mean? Can it be? Remember the shells at Magnolia's? The amount of ether in the Maelstrom is limited, the more people that are alive at the same time. The weaker the prison of the Harbinger becomes. That's why the Church makes sure that life is created. That's why we make sure that enough ether keeps flowing back. That's what the monsters in the Church's laboratories are for? That's why that lump of flesh has to have so much energy stored in it? They are draining the Maelstrom to free the Harbinger? Do you understand now? We have been your allies all this time. Turn back! Let us continue our work! Then call back your orb of fire! No, Len. Glenn? One way or another, we have to stop the Viet. It can't be right for them to destroy humanity over and over again. What other choice is there? How many centuries have passed without a weapon being found against the Harbinger? Without us, more and more humans will be born. The Maelstrom will run dry and his cage will break. While you are still as helpless as in the beginning. But why is that? It's because you've systematically been throwing humanity back into the dark for millennia. All technological progress dies. How will we ever find a weapon like that? The risk is too great. No, we're not going to let that happen. If it costs that many lives, we would rather take the risk. I am convinced that humanity will find a weapon if given the chance. Glenn, you're right. If we don't try, we'll never know if we could develop a weapon. Our goal is clear. The Vian's eternal cycle of destruction must find an end. Foolish children. But we understand. Reasoning with your kind is folly. It always has been. Okay then.
Well, it's a reveal. What do you think?
Surprising.
Follow the northern path to the east, and you run into 2 purple pickers and 2 Plemier. There.
Boost. Agility up. Switch out. Thank you. Yes, blind my healer. That'll surely help you. Scatter! Better storm! Done. I kind of had a bit of fun with that fight. Okay.
Just northeast of the post you find a chest.
Ether Killer.
Follow the southeastern paths and you find an exit from the park, so there's an Ember Crystal.
Once we are done here, we will return home. What do you do for a living? Martial arts training. I would have thought it would be something to do with food. That's just what my parents do.
A brick.
When you're in the middle of puberty, you're doing the opposite. True. Hey, I am out of the park. Might be, you're holding something down, maybe. Okay.
So, Upper City. All the exploration... Ah, yeah, that looks different. Mm-hmm. All the exploration Citran has put you in the Upper City, located to the north of Nisa's entrance. You still can't go through the Silver Gate between the two areas, but you have at least gone around it now. Hop into your sky armor.
Blast off.
North of the exit from the park, you run into 3 earthworms.
Time to have some fun. Yes, keep attacking Glenn. That survived. Paris FP 500. It's an upgrade.
Good. You have the box, right?
Yeah.
In the northeast, you find an enormous dragon. None other than one of the true kings. Oh, that one.
Oh.
It's sleeping, has no interest in you. Near it is a silver key. Near this thing, so make sure you grab it.
Oh, northeast, okay. Yeah, it's over there. I'm a little nervous. What the hell is this beast? It's huge! That's the true king Asnadiel. Better be quiet so you'll wake him up. Silver key. Oh, there he is, yeah.
Oh, I thought it would be bigger.
Yeah, me too, honestly. I was expecting like gigantic, but no. There he is. In all his glory.
Yeah.
You can even hear him snoring.
It is a silver key.
Yeah, I got the key.
Okay.
I don't know what it does, but I want the key.
Yeah. In the southeast of the upper city, you find an alleyway that you have to enter on foot. Down is a red chest containing
Knightly sword. Yay.
House next to it leads to another silver locked gate. Only with the silver key will you create a shortcut to the seaside village.
Ooh.
With the silver key in hand, you can now pop open the gate in the south of the upper city. Guess that's a shortcut.
Yeah, seaside village.
Yeah. Yeah, but upper city we need to.
Okay. I was just checking.
Yeah, the gate in the south of the upper city.
Ah, it's there.
Creating a shortcut back to the entrance. You're going to be running into trouble shortly, so now might be a good time to backtrack to the anvil, upgrade your equipment, new and old.
Okay then. Okay, done. Done.
Yeah. East of the dragon, you find another entrance to the wine cellars. With 2 keys on you, the gate will open. To the northeast of this entrance and through 2 doors, you find a metal box.
I like the sound of the doors opening. It's very satisfying. Ovelia F0500. It's an upgrade for what it was. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I gave her before, so yeah. Okay.
And to the east you find a locked door that you can open with the silver key. This creates a shortcut to the seaside village. Make sure you're safe before you head for the exit in the northeast.
Oh, there.
Yeah. So you're safe.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Okay, saving.
Then you go up there.
Northeast. Oh, hi.
Yeah. Wiedergänger. So Revenant is an odd duck with a mishmash of questionable skills that are more irksome than outright dangerous. Can still take your party down, but this one is one of the easier boss fights in Chained Echoes. The Wiedergänger can use the following attacks: a random number of weak melee strikes up to 5 per turn, constructing Spirit Cage, which creates a restrictive web around one character preventing action, Poison Odin, which poisons the whole party, Calling Children, which summons Mylings, act twice, Shadow Arts and AoE Dark Spell Mylings. We then ever use Spirit Cage, Poison Odin and normal strikes until you do enough damage, then it will summon in 2 Mylings. Continue to damage the Wiedergänger and it will grant itself act twice for the remainder of the fight. This battle is very easy if you deploy Eagle or if you have him Raphael. Having a well-equipped tank to throw hate will push the Wiedergänger to pelt that one character with weak attacks, giving your other characters plenty of room to focus on buffing and mounting an offense. Wipe out the Mylings once they appear, as they may pose more of a threat than the Wiedergänger, then go back to smacking their whatever it is. Even with Act 2 is active, the Wiedergänger can do a ton of damage if you're probably debuffing the thing.
Okay. Weakness darkness, I figured it would be. Let's do this again. Here come the little ones. Scatter! Metal Storm! It's Earth. Ooh. So I can affect heavy. Thrust. It's kind of.
Wait, there's a penis head.
That's just his head. Oh, you mean that one? Yeah, it kind of does.
That's a kid's, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a reference to Persona 3.
That could be Mara, yeah.
I just recently read a about, so I'm surprised.
Yeah. Come on, they revive each other. Okay, children are gone. Scatter! Petal Storm! Nice finisher.
Yeah.
That was one of those red-eyed beasts, wasn't it?
Oh, true.
Yes, they feel different from the rest of the monsters we fight. I can feel their hatred towards me. Who's there?
Oh, Kylian.
Good job. You have almost reached your destination. Did he just walk out of the wall? Kylian, what are you doing here? I'm looking after you. I don't want you to fail just because these meager fiends of the Harbinger attack you. These red-eyed beasts belong to the Harbinger? The wicked evil at the heart of the Maelstrom stands not idle. He corrupts the ether around him, giving birth to a special kind of monster. And I am the target of the Harbinger and his monsters? Well, his actual target is Master Gawain. Master has a certain aura about him that the Harbinger follows. And ever since Master Gawain designated you as his successor, that aura has been attached to you. What are you talking about? Don't worry too much. You failed as a successor. I have taken over that role now. You better concentrate on the target ahead, the Vian. Wait! Damn it, Kylian. What does all of this mean?
Yeah.
Knowing Gawain, he'd rather tell it himself. Let's go.
Probably.
Yeah.
Gawain earned a Grandma shard.
Indeed. Means more skills. Or very good stuff. Indication. Actually, I'm not supposed to be doing his yet. Okay, let's see what I just killed. Wiedergänger. Created from several souls of the deceased, the miasma of Nisa formed a lump of spirits that manifested as the Wiedergänger. Okay. I'm ready to continue.
Beyond the creature, you find stairs.
Okay.
You'll be in a lavish, if disheveled, estate of some kind. There are a large number of connected rooms in this area with a few items to collect. In the room south of the kitchen, where you start, you find a chest.
Devil's Head.
In the northeast corner of the area, a few rooms east of the start, you find a red chest. Reds.
Yeah. I found Scholar's Habit.
If you go upstairs and check the rooms in the west, you find a red chest.
Stairs.
Yeah, it seems.
Oh no. Oh, there. Oh no, that's a bookshelf. Yeah. So upstairs.
Check the rooms in the west.
Here we go. Diamond armor.
Yeah. In the room with the first red chest, you've also found a spear, one of 7 in this area, and they're apparently responsible for creating some sort of mystery monster. They can't seem to recall the details of the creature either, and it will be up to you to fill in the gaps. How you answer the question will determine the nature of an upcoming boss.
Okay.
That's cool.
What was my first impression of it? If only I could remember. Okay, so do I want more magical?
But you're not in the first room.
Yeah. Where the first red chest was, you said?
In where you started.
You said
that wasn't the first.
Yeah, it was.
And the south of the kitchen was the first.
That was the first. That wasn't the first red chest.
Yeah.
That was a normal chest.
Okay.
First red chest was in this room.
Yeah. Ah, so okay. Sorry. Is it whether it's weaker to physical or magic attacks?
Okay. Either could go for me, really, but I do like.
If it's magic physical, and then first I guess it's more against physical, the other more magical.
Yeah. I do like using my magic, so it felt like a brute to you. Yes, that's it. That's it.
In the northwest, past a group of purple pig ears, a spear will wonder about its color.
Okay, moving on. This is the only star. Oh, I wish I could remember what color it had. Do you remember? Ooh, okay, so this is affinity, then I guess.
Oh wait, break. What's a color? Each color is connected to an element. Fire, water, earth, wind.
Yep.
So I determine the monster's strength and weakness.
Okay, so I'm guessing like red as fire would mean strong against fire, weak to water. And so blue as water, so weak to fire, then I could combo with Glenn and Len for fire damage. That sounds like the best option. So yeah, blue as water. Yes, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. In the northeast of the second floor, there's a spirit wanting. So,
I can see him in my mind, but I don't remember. What was his specialty?
one of us read about phoenixes were that can resurrect themselves before or after created the creature. Answer after to avoid making the fight more difficult.
Okay, this is a different one then.
Yeah.
Because it didn't say anything about phoenixes.
So it's in the eastern bedroom, yeah. Flailing like crazy makes it a physical threat. Casting magic all over the place makes it a caster, and fooling around with your status turns it into a more technical monster that inflicts lots of status ailments. Okay,
so it could flail around like crazy. Yes, yes, that's what it was capable of. Okay, now northeast. Okay, here. There's no. Okay. I wonder, have I read about this creature called the Phoenix before creating it? You know, the creature that can resurrect itself? Or was it after?
Yeah, after, to avoid making the fight more difficult.
Yeah, you read about the Phoenix much later. I see, so that's it. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. All customers also sign up to you. You should give their attributes a correspond to your own strengths.
Did you hear that? Sounded like someone moved some furniture on the second floor. Okay.
Everyone's geared up for fighting. Once you swing to offer spirit, some furniture in the northwestern room on the second floor will move, allowing you to go through a door. Get one guess what's waiting on the other side.
I'm gonna save them. Time to party. Yeah. Oh, it's amorphous gel.
Yeah. See what it is.
Memory. Oh.
Surprise memory is a giant, many-varied blob, and what it can do in combat depends on your early choices. Maybe fight is not difficult. Even if you choose to let memory revive itself, you shouldn't have any trouble winning this fight. Debuff memory, buff your own team, and wipe the floor using the blob's weakness. As your team is very underleveled, you shouldn't even need to spend much time healing.
Yeah, weakness fire. Keikakdori. This. Also, I made it so it boosted its magic stat, but it likes to use physical attacks. So, how does that work out for you, huh? That. Somehow I blinded it. Take that.
I like the idea.
I really love it, honestly.
Oh, we can do also Heaven Tier, what it's called.
Well, it costs way more TP.
Ah, it's also stronger, that's why. Okay.
I don't think it is. I think it's only if you can't hit the weakness otherwise.
There's always builds where they use it to have huge damage output.
Maybe. 1.9 times damage, and that's 2 times damage. So this is stronger.
But not by much.
It's same TP though, but yeah, still every little counts.
Ouchie.
Ouchie indeed.
No healy wand. No healing. We don't want healing. We want to die.
What?
I just comment like how it looks. Yeah.
I was healing. I literally just revived Amalia.
Yeah, revived. You weren't healing. Was it talking about
Yeah,
revive?
Amalia is a healer.
Victor too.
And Victor revived Amalia.
I said healing, not reviving.
Okay, but I was going to heal after reviving Amalia.
Yeah, but you should have seen that you would die. Also, that you should have healed before she even died.
Right.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
It's a thing you often do. You wait for healing. You like set too much when it's easy going. You like leave out healing too much, and then suddenly, oops, everyone is dead.
Fair enough.
Just helping you. So I feel that it's the most times you died in a boss fight last time. Can't heal what's already dead.
Indeed.
We are lost to a blob of memory. Blub blub. Fighting Jello.
Oh, shoot. Totally messed up there. Done this.
Come on, Plop. How much health do we have? Sorry. Len is sleepy. No, Len. No, this is not the right moment to sleep. Oh, wow, 1 HP. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Was it from the item you have?
No.
Ah, okay. Just remember there was one. Remember how Bloodborne, I survived in this one boss fight.
Yeah.
Probably also like 1 HP.
Yeah. I remember
Sheesh,
that.
also, yeah. So like such moment. Wait, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
The roof almost full. Come on, finish it. Oh, nice. That's very effective.
Done.
Yeah.
Oh.
Go away, blob of memory. Weird thing.
Yes. Got another Grimoire shard.
Yes.
Okay. And a gold key.
Yeah. With this, you can open the gate in the upper city, beyond which you find a lengthy bridge.
Memory. The experiment of some professors from Nisa. After the demise of the city, it remained only a memory for many. Yeah.
Go to the gate in the upper city. It needs that key.
Wait, I went the wrong way. So do a daily check-in, otherwise I'll forget. Okay, there it is.
Yeah. No. And go through. Once again, the guide asks you to save.
Okay.
Go ahead. Time for another boss fight.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah. And a lot of them. Yep.
You attacked the church! You've killed the Pope! I bear nothing for you but hatred. Okay. Wyatt! I demand vengeance, godless woman! You cannot hope to defeat us in sky armors.
Pah! Only the devil is without hope. That cannot rest as long as your blood still runs warm. So die!
Well, here we go.
Big weapon.
Yeah.
Guess it's a can opener.
Yeah.
White. Yeah. Ah, yes, this guy. The last remaining defender of the church, White is determined to put an end to your journey no matter the cost. He's willing to take you on while you wear sky armor, which is quite the commitment, and he's capable of holding its own. Expect the following actions from White. A normal physical strike. Act twice, used once you've done enough damage. Act thrice.
Oof.
Used once you've done even more damage. Counter stance, which triggers an AoE counter if White is hit. Summon Support Orb, which grants White new skills. Cross an AoE physical attack, Support Orb must be active. Heal, which restores a large amount of White's HP, Support Orb must be active. So I guess it's better to just
Take out the orb.
The fight is harder than it seems at first. White starts off using so-so physical attacks, occasionally throwing up a counter, just generally getting bombarded by your party. Eventually he uses Act twice, giving himself 2 actions, and if enough damage he uses Act thrice, giving himself 3 actions. Support orbs he summons give White a more dangerous set of actions, including the ability to swiftly heal himself. Can prove an incredible nuisance. White also has a lot more health than you might be expecting of a dude in normal armor. Unsurprisingly, you need to closely manage your overdrive in your debuffs throughout this fight. Preventing overheat is pretty easy early on, but once White is hitting 3 times per turn, it becomes quite difficult to keep your overdrive bar in the orange. Debuff White thoroughly every time any counters run out, and use Blind strategically to prevent White from hitting you with his attacks, which are mercifully all physical. Prioritize destroying any support orbs he summons with your most powerful moves, so White can't bait you with countless AoE attacks. On the wall, it's not the most complicated boss fight in the game, but you still need to stay on your toes.
Yeah, I can counter attacks too.
It's the 3rd boss fight this session.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
it's awesome.
I'm in boss rush mode. Charged!
Yes.
Act twice. Ah.
Wanna die? Why did I do that? That was bad.
Oh, gut.
This orb provides Wyatt with a different set of abilities. We need to destroy it.
Yep.
You shall see him, don't worry. Darkness, okay. So, Sienna can take care of that then. Gear 0, that works.
Right.
Bye bye.
My OE text for you.
Why did you not countergun? Okay. You took everything away from me! You still have that one god you're so fond of. You know nothing of me. Once I was a sinner, which is why God has never spoken to me directly. Only through His holiness I was able to receive His word. I acted as God commanded me through His holiness, hoping that one day He would recognize me and forgive me for my sins. You're a delusional fanatic, Wyatt. Silence! You destroyed the one channel I had to speak to God. How am I supposed to make Him recognize me now if I don't know what He desires? But I do know one thing that He would definitely wish for. Your death. Who wouldn't ask for the death of the person that cut away one's tongue? Well, yeah, you can yell at me all you want, but you're still going now.
Healy time.
I wish I could.
Oh yeah. Good. Oh.
Gotta defend. Regain TP.
Oh, yes, that tries. Uh-oh. Not here.
Almost. That's okay, I can deal with that. So come back.
I didn't get him back before.
I want to heal first before I revive.
Yeah.
Otherwise I just get wiped out.
Yeah. True.
Like that. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm so dead. If I survive this, will be a miracle. Yep. That went well. Okay. Alright.
Read.
Better idea. Use items for restoring TP.
Yeah. And bleed.
I don't have bleed.
No?
Not in Sky Armors.
Poison.
Yeah, but I'm using blind. If I could alternate between blind and poison, I guess.
Usually.
Yeah. Alright, I'll do that then. Excuse me, what was that?
Magic break.
Will do if I get a chance.
No, I mean it did.
Oh, it went off. It went off.
So, okay. Oops.
Yeah, doesn't have it anymore. Okay, now I can do. Oop.
Okay, all appeared. And up the boat. Blah 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 blah.
You know this.
Poison went off.
Thanks.
Hey, something. The Hornet's dance was best against the warp.
No, it was dark shot.
Oh, okay. Need to die, then you can't do AoE.
Yeah. I don't have anything that restores TP, you know, apart from this. Annoying.
Should buy next time.
Thought I did, honestly. Thought I had tons of items.
Apparently not.
Yeah, guess so.
Said you can't use ultimate moves.
Yeah.
Blind and poison.
Yeah. So my setup, I think I have to defend a bit.
Nice. And break.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Die. Man, I just hate when I mess up like that.
I know, but change it. Egg fries already.
Yeah.
I stepped in. I want to say, I guess it's after that he had like 1/3 of his health.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. Could imagine it would make sense now.
Yeah.
After each third. It does.
Good.
Ah, not good. Ah, good. Yeah. I really need to die now.
Yes.
What's it gonna attack everyone for free time? Blindside and destroy the thing.
Yeah, he's in counter stance, so I am not touching him right now.
That's nice damage. Oh. Oh. No. No matter what, needs to die. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone. Okay, well, you can do that then. Because I'm in overdrive. Or overheat, rather.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but like...
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's over, Wyatt. Silence! What are you doing?
Second phase.
He's taking Numa. A drug that increases physical and magical capacities. You got to be kidding me. The Inquisition has passed judgment. Feel the vengeance of God, you heretics.
Oh! Baifu!
She's back. She's alive.
And saves the day!
Ah, yes. What? Eva? I couldn't listen to this any longer. Traitor! Whoa. Eva! Is this it? Is this the destiny that God has chosen for me?
Oh, does he fell off? Roberto!
Bye bye. Let me take a look.
Don't know if you got the reference.
Oh, I didn't.
It's like to Sekiro, there's like one knight, and when you kick off, he says like, I think, Robert or Roberto or something.
Just a few broken bones. What are you doing here? We followed your life anchor, but I did not come for the same reason as him. I wanted to apologize. I realized that what I said was wrong. I blamed you for the fact that you should have stayed back then. That you should have changed the church from the inside with us. I know, but I was a coward and fled. No, I can't blame you for that. When you exposed the problems against the church, we all took a defensive attitude. We didn't want to admit it. How could I expect you to stay when I was pushing you away from me? We didn't give you a chance. Ever. Time is running out. I don't know what you're trying to do here, but go ahead. My body hurts, but I will survive.
Oh, good.
I've healed the worst wounds. She should be fine for the time being.
Yay.
We'll pick you up on the way back. Promise. I know, Sienna. But now go!
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still alive. I'm so happy.
Two. And of course a Chroma Shard.
Yes. Good. Bring that on her. God, I use counterbalance anyway, so. Okay.
Okay, now. So, yeah.
Wyatt, High Inquisitor of the Church. He is among the most radical members of the Church. He is said to be half Baki, but his face or any other part of his body has never been seen. He is considered one of the strongest people in the world and can rival Sky Armors.
So,
yes.
Can now finish crossing into the actual academy. Cool, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Almost there. When you arrive on the academy grounds, you find 2 doors waiting for you in the north. The door dead ahead will take you to your destination, but you should absolutely go through the door on the left first. Inside the left door, you find a small scattered study. There are 2 items of great importance here. The first is a note on the desk.
Also got an elevator key.
Didn't say to take anything up.
Sorry. You find a note describing the location of a small flying island. It should currently be located west of Volandis. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and if you visit said island, you begin and immediately finish the side quest, A Hammer Beating in the Sky. Ah. Oh, okay. So it's the elevator key in the chest on the right side of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess there's no teleport crystal right there, right?
Not around here, no.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's connected to the elevator in Ramina's tower, and if you board the elevator with the key in your possession, you can use the descent to the tower's lower levels, which are filled with monster ornament with Chica to find an explored section of the Grand Grottos. We make use of this key in another guide. Ah, okay. If you want to take on the final non-main story challenge available in Chained Echoes, you need to visit both of these places at some point. At a minimum, getting some new weapons will make finishing the game easier should you be struck at this point. But you go now or wait, though your next destination is through the center door. Also, there's a... Okay, there's a crystal anyway.
Okay.
Soon. Next station is through the center door. Yeah. Nothing won't know eventually bring you to stairs, and down them you find a fast travel crystal. Yeah. The merchant and the envelope. I don't know if you want to use it.
Is this the end of our travels? Oh well, might as well be honest. I lied last time. I have no wife and kids. I'm a bachelor, and thanks to you, I'm pretty rich now. I don't need to work ever again, but I felt bad for lying to you, so I decided to follow you until the end of the journey. Well then, let me ask you one last time. Do you need anything? No, I just want to sell. Memory. You can't see it, but you remember taking it with you. What does a memory looks like? You can't remember. Deluxe Pom Pom. Deluxe version of everyone's favourite monster tale. Rugal reference, maybe. Old nipple. The Blemmy Ice body was hard as steel. This was the only sliceable part. Okay. New deals have been unlocked. Clothes and robes 9. 1 silver bolero and 1 scholar's habit.
And ambrosia.
Ambrosia, very rare healing item. Cool. That's all I can get right now, I think. Yeah. Nice.
Good. Then to the island, to the west. The ship. Occasionally while playing through Chained Echoes you come across 2 types of items that lack explanation. The first are rusty weapons, the other swords of Farnese. Both wind up in your key items inventory, a sure sign that they're important, but you won't find out why. Why they're important to the end of the game. Use the enigmatic items you need to complete the side quest, a hammer beating in the sky, which you do. Finding. For this quest you first need to reach last dungeon before beating the game, so we do our side stuff before now, I guess.
Yes, this is it. This is the end game. Time to finish off all loose ends.
Yeah. Find a quad, and if you enter the door to the wait, that was the before. Back to over to the here find a small room, land here and you find the home of Vile. Yeah.
See a new quest.
Oh.
Can it be? These weapons, these armors. Are you Vile, the legendary blacksmith? You are. The quality of this equipment is answer enough for me. I sense a certain affinity between you and blacksmithing. You forged your own prostheses. I did. There is life in them as well. What is this I am sensing? That rusty sword there. Give it to me.
Oh, that old rusty thing I gave you? That drifted into the port of Hansport.
Under this rusty patina hides a weapon I once forged, so once again it returns to me. Can you restore it? My weapons are of the highest quality, that is a firm truth, but they also carry a curse. They want to return to me by any means necessary. You see those weapons out there? I had forged them for the strongest and bravest knights, but at some point they all died, and the weapons came back to me in some way. So, you don't want to help us? No, that's not what I mean. I am a blacksmith, and my life's work is to forge exceptional weapons, unrivaled in all of Eldria. I do not refuse any order, since it is my duty and the life I chose. Anyone who wields a weapon must be ready to die anyway, but I do this work with a guilty conscience. That's why I live here on this island. Rarely do people join me here to place an order. The weapons would be of great help. We'll take any risk. And in the end, some of us are quite familiar with curses. Give me the weapon. Unbelievable. It looks brand new. Looks new, true, but that's as far as its usefulness goes. The weapon is completely blunt. You can't fight with it. The real strength comes only when you upgrade it. And that has its price. I'm a blacksmith and have to make ends meet somehow. So listen well. Bring me a rusty weapon and a soul of Farnese, and I'll restore it to its former glory. Soul of Farnese? Where do you find that? It's very valuable and quite rare, but you should find some scattered throughout Valandis, so keep your eyes open. We will. Thank you. Be careful out there. Side tracker! Finish all side quests.
Whoop!
Yeah.
Outside quest, outside quest. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yay.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
A hammer beating in the sky. A lonely blacksmith is hammering on his sky island. Can you find all of his weapons? I hope so.
Yes, we did. I don't know. Skies are heavy, tracked all the rest of weapons, so it's funnies and chain arrows. Finding all of them will require a lot of hardware inspiration, but the weapons you get are stronger than anything directors will ever wield otherwise.
Yeah.
We'll see what you have already. Right.
Okay.
See you.
Did you find a rusty weapon? Rusty sword?
Yeah, that is Glenn's ultimate weapon.
Yeah. Do you want to use a Soul of Farnese to unlock the weapon's potential? Yes. Durandal. Enjoy.
Yeah.
An edged player said, yeah, it's the same description.
Yeah, so you have 7 swords, I guess.
Yeah.
Can't do all of yet. Oh, let's see how many you have.
Rusty bow.
Also, yeah. You should choose which ones you want to do first.
Yeah.
So, wait. Rusty spear is Len.
I know which one is which.
Still, what I just said.
Okay.
I wanted to say. Yeah, Rusty spear is Len.
Yeah, okay.
So, I just wait and see if you want to do it, or another first.
I would rather do Sienna's first.
Okay. The bow is Rob. The rapier is Victor. The katana is Sienna.
Okay. Masamune. Why not? That's a recurring weapon, strong weapon in a lot of Square Enix games. Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger. It's based on a real sword which was made by a real legendary Japanese blacksmith called Masamune, hence the name.
Heard of that. Which one next? Rusty gun is Amelia. And Rusty gun spear is Eagle. And Rusty armor.
I don't have the rusty spear, so can't do lens yet.
Oh, we can find it if you want to do that next.
Sure.
Let's see. Rusty spear. It's located in the same shrine as the Heroes of Leonos statue that grants you the Rune Knight's class emblem. So
I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, it's probably like with, I think this is like with the let's see. That's under Sacred Water, okay. I think that is Shaman, Monk, Bandit, Summoner, Chemist, Mage Warrior, Knight. Need to get through the Empyrean ruins. Find the church key. Get in the abandoned church and software flower fields. Yeah, you did that. Check the building for which way you check the location on the airship in the northeast of London, of the wall between. It revealed a shrine. Okay. It's in the northeast of Valandis, on the border between the flower fields of Perpetua and the Fear Woods, it says. It says the person revered in there. Guess that's right. Inside the shrine, you find a puzzle to complete. It's just like the ones in the Empyrean ruins, only harder. Here's the solution.
Okay, go.
Push the middle orb north once to smash the grey block into the north, then push it north again, so it's a blue block. Push the same orb east, then south. Smash that one. Push the orb on the left north. Then east. Should be sitting beside the first orb.
Yep.
Yeah. Almost done with these. Push the orb on the right south.
So
Of
this
those,
one,
yeah.
I guess.
Right south, west. North and east.
Okay.
Yeah, again side by side. Okay. Move those 2 orbs into place will allow you to push the 3rd orb down at the bottom of the puzzle to the north. Side by side orbs to prevent the 3rd orb from flying off into oblivion. Push the 3rd orb east. Yeah. 2 orbs remain. Push the orb on the right north. So it's out of the way of the orb on the left. You can now knock the orb on the left onto the golden panel. Almost done. Push the last orb east.
Yep.
South.
Yep.
West.
Yep.
North. And east.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah.
Ding.
Yeah, there should be the shrine.
Yeah, Rusty Spear.
Yeah.
And here's the shrine.
Yeah.
You bet I'd like to pray. Come on. Let's get
That's
a
the
new
last
thing
thing
I'll
we-
never use.
Last thing we do.
Yeah.
What? Okay, the adventure of Valandis. My voice echoing through the heart shall bestow in thee the power of ages long gone by. Prove thyself worthy, and so shall receive the gift.
Thank you, Thank you, Levanter. These ones.
Remember, the red ones
Yes,
are
yes,
vulnerable. Remember, the red ones are vulnerable to physical attacks, while the blue ones are vulnerable to magic attacks. Placing either in your initial party will give you a nice tanky buffer for dealing with them.
I don't need ego. Lilies.
So you're so much stronger now.
Hurrah! Maximum mighty critical break!
Two just died.
Of course they did.
Huh? Was something? Haha. Funny how those formation is left over. Nice. Nice. Bam! Finish it.
No problem.
Yeah. Skill level up.
Yes.
25 SP. You have mastered the challenge, brave warriors, and proven thyself worthy. Accept the emblem offered by Mephosalis the Rune Knight. Now go forth, brave warriors, and cruise adventures for thee and the future of Eldria.
Rune Knight.
Right, can have a look at it, I guess.
See what it does. Imbuing their weapons with magical elements. Okay. Light coat, dark coat. Yeah, that's all it does. Light element to physical attack or dark element to physical attack. Wow, this is worthless. I already have things that can do that.
Hey, that's fine. And you have the javelin. I mean the spear, rusty spear. Next time I guess we have more of those challenges we haven't done, like
because I also
way off
somewhere in Volandis. Because I also don't have Mika's rusty weapon either.
Yeah.
Or Raphael's. Or well, I do have Magnolia's actually.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably maybe they're only there because it's like some challenge which showed but we haven't done yet.
Yeah,
like,
I felt
didn't
good.
Really tell you
I felt good though, wiping out like 10 enemies, like no problem. Considering how much I struggled against 3 of those before, wiping out 10 of them with minimal effort felt very cathartic.
Was it 10, not 9?
I didn't count. It seemed like about 10. Yeah. Anyways, let's find someone to raid. Mama Iwa's on playing Need for Speed. Jinrei Final Fantasy. Ooh, FF10 too.
Jinrei Final Fantasy 10-2.
I'm tempted to raid. They have 42 viewers now.
What's to Need for Speed Pro Street?
Support the little ones.
Yes.
Walks
a lot. That's also fun.
Neurodivergent. Silent Hill. Ooh.
Which part?
Just says Silent Hill.
Huh.
Silent Hill Casual.
Which 2? Just shedding.
Tales of Arise. I want to play that.
Let's get free.
Final Fantasy 13-2. 100% attempts plus DLCs. Been a while since I've seen anyone play FF13-2 and
13-2?
Yeah.
Ah.
They only have 1 viewer, so I might go for them.
Sure.
I'll check if there's anything else that jumps out at me. What the heck is this?
Factorio. Rocket League, Die Young. Demonologist. Sims 4. Team Fortress 2.
Yeah.
The Witcher 3. Farthest Frontier. Warframe.
Oh, A Short Hike. I played that like the start of it when I did a game tryout stream. Might go back and play it all because I hear it's really good. Dr. Mario, wow, that's retro.
Standard Word.
PvP.
Sky Shadow of the Light. Star Wars Old Republic. And 5th out of 5. Sonic.
Ooh,
Robo Blast 2 card.
Ah, it's a fan game.
Spyro 2, Gateway to Glimmer.
Oh, nice. Looks like Reignited Trilogy too.
Yeah.
That was the first game I ever streamed.
Yes.
Memories.
Yeah. Reason for Invest. Tears of a Kingdom. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Dead by Daylight. Total War Shogun 2. Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, I love this game. Ni no Kuni.
Inscription. I want to play that.
Let's go for FF13 too. Sure. So we're going to raid, where is it? Nils Merlin Linda.
Nils?
N-I-L-S, yeah. M. There.
Niels, I think. It's probably.
Maybe.
Niels is a German name. At least.
I wonder if they're German then. Oh well, we'll find out, won't we?
True.
So, see you next time, Daybreakers. Take care, love and peace.